crept through the crevices, bled through a plethora of setbacks. My intellect is a heckler. This is the diamond era. Got my mind inside a barrel, standing in a line of fire. I'm the Messiah Pharaoh. Mama say, Mama Makusa. I get the job done every time I slide through God. You in the Maserati spitting that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is me, JD, from Music as a Weapon, and I'm here in the Apollo on A Street in DC with a special guest. I got a special guest here, Napoleon the Legend, coming from the DMV, but born in Paris. He will sit with us today. How you doing?
What's up, man? Pleasure to be here, all right? Doing good.
All right, cool. Yeah, you're back home, man. So let's start from the top. Why'd you choose the name Napoleon the Legend?
The name really chose me.
Okay.
Playing AAU for Dunbar, DC.
Okay.
We used to go to Doc's Jim Murray High School, and they used to call me Napoleon because I was short.
Right.
I talk a lot of trash, and I was ambitious.
Okay.
And when I started to rap, like one day, like I had a vision of like my future self came to talk to me, and I must have been dreaming and told me like, you're gonna be legendary.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna say Napoleon the Legend because every time I spit, I'm looking at my future self.
Oh, okay, that's what's up, man. That's real in-depth. Those people like, yeah, I just made it up. You know, I found it somewhere on a stand or something. I just put it together, but you had a real like deep story behind it. That's what's up.
For sure.
You seem to be more of what I want to call like a rebel hip-hopper, you know what I'm saying? Rebel MC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you seem to go against what's actually going on in today's hip-hop with the culture.
Yeah.
So explain to me your journey from, you know, not taking a route of a trap artist to being more into conscious hip-hop.
Well, it's really what comes naturally to me, honestly. Like, I don't really look at what's... I like to know what's going on out there to stay connected, but I'm not like studying what's hot in order to duplicate it. I have to I have to find my voice and be genuine in everything that I say. So if there's something to talk about, I'm not against rapping on trap beats.
Right.
Like, you know, my mixtape, still this mixtape, I got a song called Alchemy. I'm going in on it like a different rhythms and stuff like that. Black Privilege 2, at the end, I'm like rapping on a trap beat. I could do it. It's just that I do it my way. And I think that's what real art is. There's a lot of like imitators and copycats with talent that know how to imitate things. There's very few artists that are original and genuine with their craft. And I want to explore. I want to try new things, and I'm not scared to you know, fall flat on my face sometimes because it's like, yo, you tried this, didn't work. I always want to do that because I got to bring something new to the table.
So you're more of like a Renaissance man in hip-hop. You just want to just go across the board and just try everything and see which one fits.
Renaissance is the word, and I think right now is the black renaissance going on in society because people are waking up.
Right.
You know, the whole woke movement and all that.
Right, because I'm about to actually go into that. Like, seeing your content seems to be very about, you know, being woke and the black consciousness. So we're like the influence around you that actually persuaded you to go into that.
I'm originally, both my parents are from the Comoros Islands, which is lower East Africa, a small island. They're like impoverished, like third world country.
Right.
I've traveled there when I was younger. I went there a few times. So I've been privileged to see other sides of the world and different type of poverty, like real poverty. I'm talking about no floors, electricity, no shoes, that type, you know. And when you come back here with a different perspective, you see what's going on. I was able to look at the big picture, and I could understand why somebody, you're living your life, you never left your block, you don't know anything else.
Right.
Well, I happen to have different perspectives, so I want to speak on it because to me, hip hop, when I was growing up, I learned a lot from hip hop. Right. It's like ghetto journalism.
Right.
And I'm like, that's what I'm doing. You're listening to hip hop, and through in my rhymes, you're gonna hear me talk about things that hopefully is gonna spark something in your brain.
Right. You did a couple of homages to. You got one with Sean P on there.
Yeah.
I love. You got one with Brother J. Like a lot of people don't know exactly who Brother J is. So can you explain to the actual audience?
Brother J was like somebody that I discovered, you know, through just me being curious and try to see like who is really dope and just trying to improve as an artist. When people usually talk about Public Enemy and Poor Righteous Teacher, you can't forget X-Clan.
Right.
X-Clan was huge, and when you hear Brother J's voice, you realize that he's super underrated.
Right.
He was in the pocket, he had a perfect voice, and he was always talking about something.
Right.
And my boy Brian Winston, who helped me pick beats for Still This Mixtape 1 and 2, it's like, yo, you should rhyme Verbs of Power from X-Clan. I was like, word, and it turned into, I'm gonna pay homage to Brother Jay. It's only right. And the cool thing about it, he actually heard it, and he like retweeted me. He was like, "Yo, see, there's some dope new artists now. They're not all just spitting crap." You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
They did a lot of like with the production on Still Mixtape 1 and 2. You go into like Diplo, Dilla.
Yes.
Like I just like an encyclopedia of all these great producers.
Yeah.
And just like blowing them out, with these beats though. So what was the process of that? You decided to go, that route instead of, you say a Renaissance man, but you seem to really play homage to that root of hip hop.
Oh yeah, like it was Still This Mixtape. The whole concept was that, look, there's a lot of producers I want to work with. I don't have the type of budgets presently to pay them. So it's like, you know what? I'm doing the hip hop way. I'm gonna make it work for me. I have Wi-Fi. I'm gonna take full advantage of it. I'm gonna download these beats and rap over them and create real songs. And my boy Brian Winston helped me pick a lot of beats. He's that friend. He's not into music, but he's that friend that's like, yo, you should rhyme on this. This is dope.
On your shoulder, like, all right, you should do that.
Because he's always listening to beats.
Right.
So it's like we just picked a whole bunch of beats we thought would be cool for me to rhyme over, and just put it together more so like an album than a mixtape.
Okay.
Yeah.
It does sound more like an album.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about another record, man, and it's gonna be Black Privilege 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so it seems to be a story behind that, man, that really motivates you to do that record there. So explain to the audience about that record.
Well, I wanted to accomplish a few things with that record. One, when I came out with Black Privilege, it was really motivational. I wanted people who were stuck in a rut to listen to that record and like feel empowered, right? I believe being black is a privilege. God don't make no mistakes. And what happened in between time, two things. A lot of people were commenting when I was putting stuff online, like there's no such thing as black privilege. What is this and that? First off, black privilege is just a concept. It's not in the dictionary, so it is whatever I want it to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it came out of my head that, I'm gonna call a song black privilege. So I wanted to explain what I mean by black privilege, how I defined it.
Right.
So that's what you're gonna hear, the first verse.
Right.
Second verse is that Charlemagne the God from the Breakfast Club announced that he was putting out a book called Black Privilege. And when I first heard it, I was like, wow, that's crazy, you know what I mean? Synchronicity is something going on. And I had actually met him and gave him a Black Privilege shirt last year. And, he dapped me up and said respect. And I just felt like it was a lot of things going on. Like, I had gave a hoodie to Sway. He wasn't the only one. Sway wore it on his show and everything like that. And I felt like I wanted to build like a rapport, connection to our book. I have the theme song for your book. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking in my head. And I just wanted to talk about our rapport because also a lot of people hit me up like, yo, what's going on? Like, did Charlemagne, did you know him or did y'all? And I'm like, nah, like it was no rapport. Like I put out the song and he put out the book and I don't know that man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to talk about that experience that I had with Charlemagne because a lot of people were asking me and tell them the story. Right. And that's what I did on the record. So listen to that record and you're here to play by play.
I'm going to give a little bit. I know it's a really good record, guys. And
thank you.
I had to repeat that one a couple of times after I heard it. Like, man, that was dope. Like, I didn't expect part 2 to this.
Exactly.
Better than the first record to me.
Thank you.
Everybody talked about the first one, so I had to go with the second one.
Yeah, I love the second one. It's like, I go deeper into it.
Right. You also got a new record out called Palm Wine. It seems to be a lot different from everything you've done. You say you've been a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
What was the change? Why decided to change to do that type of record?
Well, it's different for the audience that knows me because they're used to certain type of songs from me, but not for me because I've done a lot of different music like on my come up. Like I put out a summer EP called THP 2 years ago with B Bass. So I was doing these type of records like more like party records, club records. This was me going back to the roots. I always wanted to, I love Afrobeat, I love African music, and I'm originally from Comoros and I listen to that music a lot. So I linked up with Chris A, a Nigerian artist, a friend of mine from back in the day, Armel, put us together, and I got an Afrobeat instrumental. I'm like, yo, let's rock out. So I wanted to show people that I could flow on anything and I could still make it sound wavy, you know what I mean? And it's the summertime. I'm not always gonna put like wintertime music, You know what I mean? It's like I'm aware of the season and what people are feeling. Summertime people want to have fun.
I got you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so used to that, like that hardcore, so it came upon
Exactly.
like you changed the flow for me.
I always want to be unpredictable because I don't want. There's some artists you already know when you see their name what it's gonna be.
Sound like
But there's certain artists when you're like, yo, I want to listen because I don't know where that's gonna happen, and that's what I strive to be.
All right, cool. So you had a big show last night. You down in Richmond. With Raekwon. You opened up for Raekwon. You had my boy Noah O there. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to RVA. So I heard a little bit. This talk. You guys are making a record together.
Oh yeah. Shout out Noah O, man. Last night was a movie at RVA, which is Richmond. That's what they call it. Me and him, we were on the Sway in the Morning a few weeks ago, and so we never knew each other, and we ended up spitting. And then both of us were like real appreciative of Sway giving us that platform, and we clicked instantly. Just because he's a good dude, and I could see the hustle, you know, and his team, Ricky Dreamer, all that.
All my boys too, y'all.
And we were like, yo, let's build bridges. You know, I'm out here in Brooklyn, you out here in Richmond. Let's exchange contacts. Let's build. And not long after he came to Brooklyn, and we came to see each other, and we already worked on a joint.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
So we already got a joint in the pipeline. We actually debuted it last night.
Oh.
Yeah,
so
word.
I ain't come on the wave yet, so I ain't get it yet.
No, you didn't get it yet, cause it's not mixed or anything. We just did it live, but it's recorded.
Dope.
Produced by DJ Mento. Shout out to him.
Freshmaker. That's my boy as well. Shout out to all them, man. You had another big event, the Essence Awards.
Yes.
That was a huge event. I saw that. That came out of nowhere for me when I was going through your social media page. Did you make any connections with anybody major or like?
Essence?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I connected. If you had told me, like, it took me by surprise, just like you. If you had told me at the beginning of the year I was gonna do the Essence Fest, I'd been like, you lying. I was booked to do one show there. I ended up doing 2 shows there. Like I did a Friday and a Sunday show, and it was like I was seeing the other side of the Matrix. All the black celebrities, icons were there. Like I walked backstage and Jada Pinkett would come by me, Queen Latifah, Common. So it's like, man, I shook hands with a lot of people. I built with a lot of people too. You know what I mean? Shout out to Junior, the comedian on Steve Harvey's show. Like a lot of people showed me mad love over there. People from the DMV were there too, and Tank. I forgot he was from the DMV. Shout out to Tank in Vegas. Showed me mad love. And I'm definitely gonna keep those connects tight and keep it moving. Because if you're gonna send me out of town doing something, I'm gonna make the most of it.
That's what's up. So you really seem to be really big overseas, right? See, the sold out shows, they talk about that a lot. How is the hip hop culture different overseas than this?
Well, most of the shows I've done in my life have been in like the East Coast pocket, New York, Jersey, Philly. That crowd over there is like, you know, very hard because it's like they're jaded. They've been spoiled. They've seen everything. When you're overseas, I didn't know what to expect. I did my first real tour beginning of this year, the Stillest Mixtape Tour, and did 14 shows. And just to see people come out and their appreciation for the actual culture and the hip hop and the energy they give you, it's just like, it was life changing for me because it was just like, wow, I didn't realize the impact my words could have, and the fact that they didn't even speak English, but they could understand me, communicate with me.
So being what I call Rebel MC.
I like that.
Yeah, my new term for it.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Would you ever? Are you saying outside of major? Right?
No, I'm independent.
Right. So would you remain independent? Or how do you feel about like other people like in your same subculture going off to major? That's too much.
Going what?
Going major from being like talking about how how like they're conscious, they're doing this and they go into like go major, and it's like does it really take away from them as a person, or does it? How do you feel?
Not to me. I don't feel any way about it. This is a music biz at the end of the day. I love being independent because of the freedom that you get from it. You don't have to share the pie with like so many people, and you get to keep a lot of stuff. So, but it's a business decision. If you thought it out why you're gonna go with a major, it's just another entity going into your business, and you have something worked out, that's gonna benefit you in the long run, you got a game plan, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? It's like just because somebody else got screwed don't mean you're gonna get screwed. You can get a good lawyer, you can know what you're doing. If you understand your business and what you got going on, I believe you can succeed. So I think it's a case-by-case thing. Okay. Not like, you went major, he sold out. I don't believe that because it's just like, yo, if it's a career, we want our music to be heard.
Right.
If the opportunity, whoever you know at the major got your back and is gonna take your music where you gotta get going, do what you gotta do, but protect yourself.
Right.
Because we've heard the stories.
Yes.
So you don't want nothing bad to happen either. So if you can stay independent, I think you should. But if you have an opportunity to do something great and you feel like that's what you got to do, hey, by all means, rock out.
But would you, like, if the opportunity presented itself, would you?
Well, you know, it got to be right. it really got to be right. I'm not really thinking about it because I'm happy with the growth and what I'm doing right now, and I love my freedom. But at the end of the day, if it is the music business, I'm here to make deals. If you got the right deal for me, you know, and if it's gonna work out for me and it's smart, I'll be stupid not to look at it.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure you heard Jay-Z's new album, it seems to be now a lot of talk about how he's kind of bringing back like the consciousness of hip hop. How do you feel someone like as big as Jay-Z going back into that direction? Do you feel like, because we just recently had a podcast discussing that, saying that like, well, they all been doing it, you know, the ones that aren't well known, been doing it for years. It takes one person that's like big to make that stand like everybody's doing it. How do you feel about that being
I'm not mad at Jay-Z because I feel like the people saying that would be mad at whatever he would have done.
Yeah,
if he would have done some over trap beats, people are gonna be like, If he would have done club records, they would have been like, So it's like, that's how he felt. And I felt like he was being genuine in where he was at the current time. Of course he's gonna get more attention.
Yeah.
He's famous. He's an icon. You can't be mad at that. It's just like, I just take it as inspiration. If he got to a point, I'm sure Jay-Z was at a point where he was like, nobody wanted to believe in him. And I'm sure I've just actually heard stories.
Right.
People didn't want to sign him. People didn't understand where he was going with it. And look at him now. Like, nobody can even understand that he was unknown too. So I feel like I applaud him for doing music how he feels. Keep doing your music. Don't worry about what Jay-Z's doing. If anything, let it inspire you that you could talk about these things and people will listen. I think that's the challenge as an artist. How do you make people care about what you're saying?
So what's next for you, man? What's new album?
More music. I'm definitely working on music all the time. Not sure what. Like, I record a lot. And then when it makes sense, it starts looking like a project.
I saw 40 tracks one time, one of your catalogs.
Yeah. Oh, that was the legendary mixtape.
Okay.
Because I've done so many features that I was like, you know what? Some of these features I'm not even hearing.
Right.
I might as well put them out and catalog them like that so people can hear just random verses. Because some verses I go off and I'm like, damn, I could have kept that for myself. But you know, that's how I feel. Because I put a lot into my rhymes. But I definitely want to give y'all great music. I don't want to pigeonhole myself. I want to advance the culture. Like the people that I grew up listening to, they were advancing the culture, and every time you heard the album, you were like, mind was blown.
Right.
And I wanna get to that point where you guys, people are gonna be like, damn, this is something new that he's bringing. I want to bring my own voice and my own brand to it, because I don't feel like there's a voice like me in the game, and there hasn't been. Yeah. People could compare. They're always gonna compare. But it's not quite the same thing. I have a different perspective. I got a different way to rock. I'm more versatile than the average MC. And I want to keep y'all guessing, but I want to give y'all good music. So I'm dedicated to doing that. Every day, my music is, my mouth is a cannon, you know what I'm saying? The brain is the clip with the bullets in it. And you influence people. You can make people feel angry, you can make people feel good, bad, anything. So I realized the force that my voice has, and in rhythm and in music, even more force. And I use that to to influence the world. Like I want to, when I do things like Black Privilege, I want to empower. I want people to gain something from my music. I want people to feel good about my music when they feel like they stuck or in a rut. You listen to my songs, you feel empowered. I want to get out there and get it. And that's my weapon of choice. I'm not killing anybody, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I might
killing the beats. You're killing the beats. Right?
I'm killing the beats, but no bodies are dropping. Metaphorically, bodies do drop though. I'm a rebel MC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gonna hashtag.
Exactly. But nah, music is definitely my weapon. It's like a bazooka, it's a gun, and it's you know, I'm got some more nuclear weapons that the UN is trying to inspect right now. I'm gonna release them when the day's right.
We wait for that, man.
For sure.
Folks, make sure you get Still This Mixtape 1 and 2. Check out my man. All social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that, man. Once again, this JD from Music as a Weapon.
Why we always looking outside of ourselves to make a change in how we living? Stuck within a system pathway from school to prison, substitute race.